A simple touch, a question about someone's personal life. These are just a couple of the skills that Anish uses on a regular basis to create a sense of caring and respect among her staff. Watch for these 5 components of interpersonal interaction as Anish engages her staff in the discussion.
As a group, I think trying to create space where we can let down our guard a little bit, maybe not always be about work, create moments in meetings or have special meetings or retreats where we can kind of relax and get to know one another. And got any pictures to show me?
I sure do.
Oh, look at that guy. I think it helps to ask people about what's going on in their lives without getting too overly involved, but being interested in what's going on in their lives. I think people appreciate that when they know that you're interested and that you recognize they have a life outside of work.
How are you?
Good.
Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Here, come this way and I'll introduce you to the guys.
Good morning, guys. How are you? I thought we'd start today's meeting by talking a little bit about safety. As you guys know, of course, safety of families and children is a priority for the work that we do. Safety of ourselves and for you guys as you're going out and meeting with families is also really important, and it's a priority for the agency. So I want to make sure that we get the opportunity every once in a while to step back and talk a little bit about safety. And Christina, I know that you recently had an incident with one of your families where you were able to use some of your skills to get through the incident pretty well, and I thought it might be helpful if you talk a little bit about what happened there and share that with the rest of the group. Would you be willing to do that?
Oh, sure. Well, I had this pretty potentially dangerous situation, and so I wanted to take some precautions before I went out to see this dad. So I made sure to let Matt know where I was going and when I'd be back. And when I got there, he was angry. So I was able to use some of my de-escalation skills to keep things from getting out of control.
I think you did a really good job of handling that situation. I really want to commend you for that. It was really well done. And I know a lot of you have had some similar situations where things have gotten a little dicey with clients, or where you felt like things might be unsafe, so you've done a good job preparing. I know that a lot of you have different levels of experience and different amounts of experience in preparing for issues around safety, and I was hoping that we could have some discussion around that today, and maybe some of you might like to share some of your experiences or ideas with the rest of the group.
I think about ahead of time before I go to the home about where I'm going, what neighborhood I might be in. I think about who else is around when I drive up. I think about who's in the driveway, who's parked there. If I look for a dog, if there's a dog there, I will sometimes call in and ask them to get the dog so that I can go in. When I get inside the home, I think about who's in the home and why they're there. I introduce myself so that they know who I am and why I'm there.
I always think it's important to think about where you're parking your car so that I'm not easily blocked in an area that I'm not familiar with.
Tana, you're the newest member to our team. Are there things that you might have questions about or things that you've thought about when it comes to safety that you'd like input from our team?
Everything, really. I mean, there's just so much to remember. I'm just scared that I'll forget something important.
Sure, that makes sense. How do you guys think you might be able to help Tana?
Well, remember, the most important thing, if you're feeling uncomfortable, is to use the buddy system.
It is reassuring to hear that I can ask someone to go with me. I mean, I know that's what they told us to do in training, but it's hard to know if it's really okay because everybody's so busy.
Oh, it's totally okay, Tana. I remember when I first started how nervous I was. So if you ever need me to go with you, I can. I'll just rearrange my schedule.
Tana, you can call me as well. I'll be glad to go with you anytime.
Well, thank you, Christina and Becky, for sharing your ideas, and thanks to all of you for being willing to support each other and help each other out in all these situations. It's really good to see you guys working as a team, and I hope we can continue to keep doing that in the future and helping each other feel safe and be safe in this work. I think people probably feel like I care about them and the organization cares about them when we take time to seek them out or to recognize what they're doing, or are kind of intentional about doing that and making sure that people are being recognized and feeling appreciated.